Hello, everybody. How's it going? We have here the review. I'm going to be reviewing Gemini Man for you all, and it's directed by Ang Lee, and it stars Will Smith and two Will Smiths, Will Smith times two. Um, a quick short premise: we have the Will Smith playing a recently retired a hitman for a government agency who was on the run because of the last job he pulled. Dealt with some repercussions, some sketchy stuff going on, and it has his own government trying to kill him, and it leads to the encounter with the the clone version of himself. We have the genie version versus the Fresh Prince. So how's that gonna play out? I quite enjoyed this film. I didn't love it, didn't hate it, but there was definitely enough going on there to keep me thoroughly entertained. The reason for that being is the dynamic, not between the two Will Smiths, how they deal emotionally with psychologically with finding out that there's two of them. The way each of them reacts to it and how it plays into to the bigger picture of why it's all happening is really enjoyable. Will Smith shines twice here. The way seeing them fight scenes are it's really kind of cool, to see some of the technology here is really good. Definitely very groundbreaking, very forward thinking, and this is just another um, evolution of cinema and the technology that is taking place. It's not perfect. I will say it's not perfect. There's definitely some parts where it's really noticeable. Looks kind of the clone version looks kind of cartoonish, but that's fine. This is the building blocks. This is on the way to that kind of perfection of this technology. But a credit to Ang Lee for taking that risk and not letting that hold him back from the story he wanted to tell. And speaking of Ang Lee, the action scenes, the visionary director that is Ang Lee, you know what you're getting here. Um, just some great some great fight scenes. The high speed chases, they're shot very well. There's just this vibe. There's just this aesthetic that Ang Lee paints in his films, and it's just like no other. And he definitely shines here. He doesn't leave anything on the table. So that is definitely the dynamic between the two Will Smiths and the and the action scenes directed by Ang Lee are definitely the main standouts in this film for sure. Some of the problems that I had were with the outer things, the details of why this is all going on, the government, this, that, who did what. That's kind of where I lose interest. It's like, I didn't really care. It's kind of a little bit confusing at some points, uninteresting, and yeah, it's just that's not really the it doesn't I don't lose interest like I said when Will Smith is on screen. Either one of them, I'm all there for it. But when they get into the whys of what's going on, it's just that's where I lose interest. But some of the supporting characters are really enjoyable. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, my girl Ramona Flowers, she's really enjoyable here. Kind of quirky, funny a little bit. And Benedict Wong, who plays a close friend of Will Smith, is definitely the comedic relief here. He's a very charming character, and yeah, this is not definitely not a great film, but what it does that from the action perspective and from the dynamic, as I said, and there's enough going on there that I think you definitely should check out this film and see it for yourself. Um, yeah, it's Will Smith. I mean, two Will Smiths. How can you go wrong? So yeah, that's pretty much it here. Not much to unpack. Just your kind of your standard action film as far as the plot is concerned. Nothing going on there. But I'm really happy to see Will Smith. I would say this is a step in the right direction. In recent memory, he has made a couple of stinkers, not so great films, and so it's good to see him kind of get back on track. I don't think this is gonna put him like. I don't think this is gonna be like, oh my gosh, Will Smith's performance. I don't think this is gonna be that kind of film. But I think the legacy of this film will be as, like I said, what it did for the technology of the de aging. So that's definitely going to be the main mark I think left on this film. But I think you guys should definitely check it out. It's not too long. It doesn't drag. Lots of good action. So if you're into that, I'd go check it out. So yeah. So that's my review of Gemini Man. Please let me know what you thought of the film once you've seen it, and if you appreciated what I had to say here, you liked what I had to say, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. There's definitely going to be more reviews coming up weekly. I'm going to try to catch all. We're heading into Oscar season, so there's definitely going to be a lot of those big Oscar contenders coming out. I'm definitely going to catch them all. Well, Pokemon, but but I'm definitely going to try to watch them and review them for you all. So if you're down for that, if you're up for that, definitely consider subscribing. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you next time.